The mission of the Trans-Orange Conference Evangelist is to proclaim the gospel within the context of Revelation chapter 14, verse 6 to 12.
My task is to call sinners to the Lord.
Umsebenzi wami ukubizela izoni enkosini.
My task is to depopulate hell and populate heaven.
Umsebenzi wami ukuthi ngikhiphe abantu esihogweni ngingezelele ezulwini.
Before Michael stands,
Phambi kokuthi uMikhayeli aphakame.
we need to stand for him.
Fanele simsukumele
Before
simme.
Jesus comes,
Phambi kokuthi uJesu eze.
we must take a stand for him.
Re tshwanetse hore re eme re emela yena.
We want to pride ourselves in the three angels' message, that we as the church have espoused this revelation that comes from the book of Revelation. It's a powerful ministry, and I don't think that there's any other church in the world that qualifies to be called a remnant church but the Adventist church.
The objectives of the department are to conduct campaigns across the Trans-Orange Conference and to involve members in various functions of the church to reach out with the everlasting gospel. The strategic emphasis of the evangelism department were total member involvement, spiritual emphasis, and evangelism. Between 2017 and 2019, various campaigns have been done in various districts, which have resulted in over 274 souls being won to Christ. One of the highlights from these campaigns was the collaboration done with the Meals on Wheels, which resulted in baptism of 4 souls, one of which was an apostolic faith pastor. May the Lord be praised for the power of the gospel.
Let me just highlight one of the campaign that I enjoyed the most is when we were conducting it at the conference right at the headquarters. It was myself, Pastor Amapanga, and Malehambe Church.
1 Samuel chapter 17 verse 50, and it says here, but there was no sword in the hand of David. There was no sword in the hand of David when he fought Goliath.
And out of that campaign, we started 2 weeks, Meals on Wheels. They were just feeding the people without doing any preaching. It was just 2 weeks, Meals on Wheels on site, feeding the people on the street. Our target, we're targeting the people that are sitting outside our conference. And we're able to have 50 visitors on day 1. So for 2 weeks feeding, then 3rd week, we started now a campaign. That campaign, early in the morning, we'll begin with the word, and in the evening, Pastor Mapanga will also do the preaching in the evening. Out of that, we won 4 souls, and one of the of the soul that were won out of that campaign, it is a pastor from the Apostolic Church. So he brought 35 members. We are busy working with the church, teaching them VOPs. Then the pastor, he says to me, I phoned him, he says, I want to go to Solusi or to go to Hildebek College. The Lord is opening the doors for the mission to advance. So I'm so grateful to be part of the work that actually God is doing in the TOC.
Though our term was not the full 3 years, but we managed to work for the first 2 years. We enjoyed ourselves. I was asked by the executive committee of the conference to take care of the urban areas. But because of the lack of the budget, we could not be able to take off as we wanted to. And me with Pastor Mbata, we made a decision that we will split our responsibility in high-density areas. So I went on and started working in different areas of the conference, and we managed to bring more souls to the work of God, to the Church of God, yes.
Maybe there is one person
Ikaba uteng alemo.
says, Jesus, I love you so much.
Yaring Jesu ke o rata
I want to
hakaka.
be ready for your soon coming.
Ke batla ho ka lokela ho
But
tla ha
I am
hao.
not baptized.
empa ha ke so kolobetse.
I want to be baptized if any given opportunity comes.
Ke batla ho ka kolobetswa pele o ka.
If there is one person
Haeba le hore o teng
who
a le
wants to
mong,
make a commitment this afternoon,
ya batlang ho ka etsa kano eo
if you want to
tsatsing
be baptized
le, ha o batla ho kolobetswa
before the end of this year,
pele selemo sena
you
se
want
ka
to make a
fela,
commitment this
o
afternoon
batla ho ka itlama
as you get
tsatsing le,
ready for the coming of Jesus.
ha o lokela ho tla ha Kriste.
If you want to be baptized,
Ha o batla ho kolobetswa,
allow your hand to be up in the air.
phamisa letsoho la
We want to
hao.
pray for you
Re batla ho rapela
as you
le wena.
prepare for baptism.
Ha o lokisetsa
Do
kolobetswa,
not be afraid. Let your hand be up
o
in the
se
air.
ke wa tshaba letsoho
I
la
see a
hao ha
hand
le
of my
phahama.
sister over
Ke
there.
bona
I
ngwanetse,
see a hand of my sister
ke
over
bona
there.
kgaitseng.
Keep your hands up in the air.
Phahamisa matsoho a lona le
As your hand
jwalo.
is up in the air,
Ha le eme le le jwalo.
allow your feet.
When coming to low density, me and Pastor Mbata decided to change or to divide the conference into provinces. I was given Mpumalanga to take care of, and also I was given the north, and I was given also the northwest. But I managed based on the budget that we had, because the second year we were given only 65,000 rands. So I managed to do one area which was Matsulu, and by the grace of God, we managed to baptize about 34 members there. And I also went to the northwest. I went to a place called Moruleng. In Moruleng, we managed to baptize 74 souls just from one campaign in which the president also attended.
I thank you for this tent, because after this tent we will know why you gave us life.
And we did VOP during that campaign. I remember the highlight of the whole thing was the graduation, the great graduation that happened when Pastor Julius from the VOP came personally to come and grace the occasion. What a beautiful evening it was. I will never forget, we have the passion with Pastor Mbata. I like it when he makes statements like his job is to depopulate hell and to populate heaven. And I think this is the duty of every preacher and every evangelist. It is the core business of the church. I think the church needs to refocus and see how we can do best in winning souls. We have a potential as the Trans-Orient Conference to accomplish a lot. But our problem has been that we are not mission-driven. Our churches are not mobilized. After we have done some work, we have a problem with follow-ups. Churches that should be taking care of the souls that are remaining behind don't do the job. This is quite discouraging.
In addition to the campaigns that were conducted, the evangelism department also focused on setting up schools of missions. The main objective of these missions was to equip and train disciples and evangelists within the Trans-Orange Conference. We are thrilled to report that in 2018, a total of 15 disciples were trained and were graduated, and in 2019, 45 disciples will be graduating at the end of the year.
So in the past 3 years, I was able to conduct campaigns, and out of those campaigns, we were able to baptize 274 souls.
May the Lord bless the work of evangelism in the Trans-Orange Conference.